To which Skip responded, quote, "Aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 3 to 4 wives?"
What?
And then Faraji
What? Fox Sports lawsuit explained. Hairstylist suing Fox, Skip Bayless, and Joy Taylor.
Former Fox hairstylist is suing Fox, Fox Sports, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2.
Damn, there's that many Fox Sports? I didn't even know.
Charlie Dixon, who is the head of content for Fox Sports 1, Skip Bayless, and Fox Sports 1 host Joy Taylor. And child, I'm not a lawyer, but I read all 42 pages of this lawsuit, so let me give you the recap. Let me start off by saying that this is a two-part lawsuit. Nushin Faraji, who is the woman that's suing, has filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of her and other hourly employees. And then she's also filed an individual lawsuit on behalf of herself, claiming battery, hostile work environment based on gender, race, and disability. She's claiming retaliation, wrongful termination.
What did they do to this woman? Oh my God.
And some other stuff. Here we go. So I'm going to call her Faraji because I don't know if I'm pronouncing her first name right, so just go with it. So Faraji says that she started working with Fox in 2012 and then was hired full-time in 2016. Starting off with defendant Joy Taylor, Faraji says she meets Joy Taylor in 2016, and at that time, Joy was working on an as-needed basis for Fox. She was married but had recently relocated from Miami to Los Angeles, but her husband was still in Miami where she came from. Faraji says that in May of 2016, she goes to meet Joy for drinks, and when she gets there, a man named Charlie Dixon, who is a defendant and, like I said, is the head of content for Fox Sports 1, is also there. Faraji didn't know who he was, but he was buying drinks and food. After that first night, Faraji says anytime she would go to meet Joy for anything, Charlie Dixon would either come with Joy or he would come later and leave with Joy. The lawsuit says, quote, Faraji suspected that the pair were sleeping with each other, and although this concerned Miss Faraji as she knew Miss Taylor was recently married, Miss Faraji kept her opinions to herself. Keeping your opinions to yourself and then filing this lawsuit with this information in.
Is Skip the guy that accidentally started Instagram live of him clapping cheeks? Absolutely not. Okay. That's Unk. And secondly, it'd be really funny if it was Skip Bayless that actually had an Instagram live of him clapping cheeks. Mama Shell. Mama Shell. Mama Shell.
And it doesn't all the way feel like keeping your opinions to yourself. The suit goes on to say that Faraji continued to be friends with Miss Taylor, but tried to distance herself as she considered the situation dangerous as well as morally wrong, as Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon were both married. In July of 2016, the lawsuit says people around the office start hearing about a new show that's going to be launching called Undisputed. The show was going to co-star Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe, and execs wanted a woman with significant TV experience to also star on the show. So Faraji says it was a surprise when Fox announced that Joy Taylor was the woman who got the job, considering that Joy previously was, quote, a bartender and Miami radio host with very little TV experience. Faraji is giving shade, ain't she? Now, Faraji says that Skip Bayless told her at one point that he didn't even want Joy Taylor on the show, but Charlie Dixon was adamant about it and eventually asked him to just do it as a favor to him. A few months after all of this, Faraji says she goes to dinner with Joy, Joy's husband, Charlie Dixon, and Charlie's wife. And during that dinner, quote, Miss Taylor's husband became suspicious that Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon were having a relationship. Soon after the dinner, Miss Taylor's husband found evidence of the inappropriate relationship and decided to divorce Miss Taylor. Fast forward a bit to January of 2017, Faraji says that she was at a rooftop restaurant celebrating Joy Taylor's birthday when Mr. Charlie Dixon approaches her. The lawsuit says that he asked the bartender for a drink and then he places his arm on Faraji's lower back. He asked her how she was doing, if she was having fun, and if she wanted a tequila shot. He then, according to the lawsuit, lowered his hand and started rubbing her body and grabbing her behind. Faraji says that she told Joy Taylor about what happened, but to her surprise, Joy's response was, quote, get over it, and that Dixon could make both of them lose their jobs. So from there, Faraji decides to tell another coworker. And the lawsuit says while that coworker agreed that Charlie Dixon was disgusting, the person also said that the behavior wasn't shocking given Fox's culture and that Faraji should just keep quiet if she wants to keep her job. The lawsuit says a few years into working at Fox, Faraji went to lunch with another one of her coworkers, and at that lunch, the woman tells her that she's no longer going to be working with Fox because Charlie Dixon told her in order to renew her contract, she needed to engage with him. The woman declined, and according to her, she was now parting ways with the company. Following that,
I mean, I believe a lot of this tracks with corporate America. I feel like that is not culture, is predatory. I mean, it fits Fox's culture. Most Fox properties have been hit with similar suits. I mean, think about Fox News. You don't remember? This happened within Fox News as well. And it's not just Fox either. It's just like, I think it's just most of media has these issues.
At lunch, Faraji calls Joy Taylor to report what she learned at lunch. And according to her, Joy says no one gives a blank about that coworker. Now, in addition to what's claimed about Charles Dixon and Joy Taylor, Faraji also has some claims about Skip Bayless. Faraji was hired to give Skip Bayless haircuts once a week for Undisputed, and at first these appointments were fine. But eventually he, quote, began finding excuses to touch her. He would give her lingering hugs after each haircut, putting his body against her own, pressing against her, and he even began kissing her on her cheeks. In the summer of 2017, while Miss Faraji was giving Skip Bayless a haircut, he told her that she was, quote, voluptuous. Now, Faraji, whose first language is in English, asked him what voluptuous meant, and he said she should figure it out. Eventually, she does, and she says she was mortified. Faraji says that she decided to...
She made him go consult a dictionary for sexual harassment? It's like a timed sexual harassment bomb. Like, she had to go home and pull up a dictionary and then get hit with the impact after the blast. That's crazy. A delayed attack.
To keep quiet about all of this because she was a single mom and needed the job to care for her and her son. In an incident from 2021, Faraji says that she told Skip about some medical issues she was having, but instead of him being compassionate, Faraji says that he told her he wanted to be with her and then allegedly grabbed her hands, began kissing them, and offered her $1.5 million to engage with him. About 1 week after the $1.5 million offer, Faraji says Skip tries her again, and this time Faraji tells him, quote, Skip, stop, you have a wife. To which Skip responded, quote, aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 3 to 4 wives?
What?
Faraji
what? He hit the double. Sexual assault, sexual harassment, and also Islamophobia, the triple. He's dual wielding bigotries. He's dual wielding bad behavior. He went akimbo.
Her dad was dead. In April of 2022, the lawsuit says that Faraji walked over to Skip's fitting room on set. And when he answered the door, he, quote, began to angrily accuse her of engaging with Shannon Sharp. Faraji tried to explain that that never happened, but she says Skip didn't believe her. This back and forth goes on for a number of days, and then on April 16, 2022, during a phone call between Skip and Faraji, Faraji says that Skip tells her he could tell from her body language that she had done what he was accusing her of. He then also stated that he heard her talking to Shannon about her private. There's also an incident from 2018 in which Faraji says that around that time, Joy Taylor's then fiance, so this seems different than the husband she had back in 2016, learns that she had been sleeping with Charlie Dixon. Joy's fiance breaks off the engagement after learning this news and threatens to go public with everything he knew. The lawsuit says, upon information and belief, Charlie Dixon paid for everything it took to cancel the wedding in exchange for the fiance not saying anything. Faraji also says that a man named Bobby Diaz, who mics up the talent for Fox, openly gropes, harasses, and is inappropriate with women at Fox, including her. And the only reason he hasn't been fired is because he supplies narcotics to Fox employees and talent, even after an incident where he removed his pants on live camera. What's going on over at Fox? In February of 2020, Faraji says she meets Joy for lunch, and when she gets there, Emmanuel Acho was also there. Faraji didn't know who he was, but she says, quote, she could tell that the two were romantically involved. Faraji.
Why is Okay, listen, I'm not discounting the accusations here, but like, these guys seemingly were always inviting the hairstylist to virtually every sexual outing that they were doing. Like, that's crazy. They literally were like, hey, I'm about to go have sex with someone who's not my wife. Can you please come over? We're going to Buffalo Wild Wings. What the hell, dude? He's like, listen, when I am having sex with people that are not my significant other, I like to make sure my hair is on point. Okay? I'm freaky.
She says she tells Joy Taylor that she probably
it's hairstylist-centric adultery kink.
Shouldn't be sleeping with Emmanuel and Charles Dixon because Dixon is a very powerful man who might get angry. But Joy allegedly responded saying she is also very powerful, and once Charles Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would just tell the company that he forced himself on her. Faraji says Joy wanted Acho to recommend her for the show Speak for Yourself, and in September of 2022, she was in fact hired on that show. By October 2021, Faraji says the friendship between her and Joy Taylor had ended. And when it does, Joy begins insulting her on a personal and professional level. Joy allegedly openly mocked Faraji's English and complained about Faraji's humming. The humming is apparently involuntary, and it's a subconscious coping mechanism Faraji uses for PTSD. Joy Taylor also then began saying that she needed a black hairstylist on set instead of Faraji, who isn't black. Time goes on, but eventually Faraji is told that she is no longer needed as a hairstylist at all. And when she asked the head of operations if she had done anything wrong, the woman responded, quote, "You remind me of my dog, and when I take my dog out, he barks at bigger dogs. That's like you." I don't even know what that means, but comparing somebody to a dog is not okay. In August of 2023, Skip somehow learns that Faraji never actually engaged with Shannon Sharpe and decides to apologize to her. While he's doing that, he also tells her that Charlie Dixon wanted her fired because she knew too much and was talking too much. There's some HR meetings, some internal investigations.
I like that they put the sexy photo of Shannon Sharpe on there. Like, respect. Put some respect on Unc. He puts a lot of work. He puts a lot of work to stay that way, okay?
And on August 8th, 2024, Faraji is officially told that after an investigation, she is being fired because Fox can only afford to have one hairdresser on their 3 shows, 2 of which Faraji had been working on. Faraji says after much therapy, she is now at the point where she seeks justice. So she's suing for battery, which is specific to Charlie Dixon for that alleged incident that took place on the rooftop bar, Skip Bayless for those lingering hugs, pressing on her body, kissing on her cheeks, and Fox because according to her, they required their employees to appease the talent or do whatever they needed to keep them happy. She's also suing for hostile work
Why do you
environment.
glorify sexual abusers? Wait, what? Shannon Sharpe didn't do anything. He was what? Yo, your lack of reading comprehension and critical thinking skills is not my fault. Okay? Why are you Unc is innocent? Why would you come after him like this?
Failure to prevent harassment, which is specific to Fox for not taking reasonable steps to prevent this kind of stuff from happening. Retaliation.
Except for the Instagram live thing? Yeah, what? You mean clapping his wife's cheeks consensually? I didn't realize that was a crime, dude. Ma Michelle.
Because she says in one of those HR meetings, she confirmed that Joy Taylor was sleeping with Emmanuel and Charlie Dixon. And shortly after, she said she was fired. So according to her, those 2 things are related. And then she's also suing for wrongful termination. Now, like I said, there's also the class action part of this lawsuit. And Faraji does go into details of that.
Whatever.
But it's essentially that
Not his
she and
wife.
other
Doesn't
non-exempt
matter.
employees were not properly
Partner.
paid, even though they were required by Fox to work. So we just gonna start off 2025 hot, huh? Because I'm tired already.
Unc not married. People think he's gay. Yeah, that's why people were claiming that Shannon actually leaked it because he wanted to go against the he's gay allegations. That's the conspiracy around his quote unquote Instagram live leak, considering how difficult it is to like actually go live on Instagram. But I guess what did my favorite commentator say? Jason Whitlock.
I know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly.
That's great. You know, Jason Whitlock, somehow not involved in this, still comes out to be a villain. Cool. Straight up. It's like always expect Jason Whitlock to come out as an enemy in every story, even if he is not involved in the story. Thanks, Jason.
It's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Lobotomy. Oh my God. Fearless with Jason Whitlock. Should feel fear. Also on the Blaze Network, by the way, just so you understand where this incredible rousing commentary is coming from.
Like, Jay, keep your distance.
He is, oh God, he is so bad. What is this? She used to work at Fox Sports. One time, Jason shit his pants in the studio and had to run to the bathroom during a commercial break. I'm in a tough spot. I know all involved parties. The story speaks to narratives that I discuss regularly. Corruption in TV and the media. The injection of women as hosts in male discussions. I'll figure out what I'm comfortable sharing and saying. And then he did. This was what he was comfortable sharing and saying.
I know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly. It's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack. Like, Jay, keep your distance.
I'm glad that he found comfort. He found the appropriate strength to muster up this take, okay? What I can say for sure, Shannon Sharp got revenge on the people he viewed as doing him wrong at FS1, Fox Sports 1. Another prominent personality benefited as well. It's a dirty game. You'll enjoy this very, very funny, unrelated interaction with...
You this historian and analyze the game. Can you tell us when the last time a Triple Crown winner, in the sense the merger, hadn't made the playoffs?
Your brother?
I can't either. I can't either. That was 30 plus years ago. And
you asked me the last time it happened, 1992. 1992.
He didn't have a deal.
Why are you showing me anti-Shannon Sharp propaganda? It's disrespectful. He seems to be vindicated. Emmanuel Acho was posting about Joy Tyler like bro was geeking about sleeping with her. Someone said he was also like very religious. Happy birthday to my brilliant co-host, my homie, my friend, Joy Taylor Talks. It's a pleasure and honor to work with you daily. Y'all go show her some love.
I can find you.
Yeah, right there.
Bro was in her crib, toes out. No. Oh, no. Posting a highlight reel for your coworker is insane. Yeah, I mean, we now know why he was posting it. So maybe not so insane.
Done with rehearsal.
What?
For the new show Speak. And I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host, Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in? So often there's misogyny and sexism running rampant in sports, and we don't even care what women have to say in sports. But Joy is not only in the position on television as a woman, as a black woman, but as an opinionist. So not just asking men what they think, but providing her own unique and distinct insight. It's hard to do, and Joy, you have done it. So congratulations. Looking forward to working with you, and hope y'all tune in. 4:30 to 6 Eastern every day.
That's crazy. Oh my God. Bro, the eye roll, that's too much. The eye roll is too much. What? No socks in the crib? Man was diving head first in it. What he's hiding there is shame. You might think he's cold, okay? He's not cold. Wait. Oh my God, this is literally right after. Oh my God. Oh my. Can you blame bro? She's fine as hell. Yeah, this was awesome. Yeah, he wrote a book about tackling anti-Semitism.
Our next guests are all about confronting difficult
with Noah Tishby.
Brothers and sisters' hearts so that I can empathize with them and fight alongside them.
And you saw Noah online.
I did.
After October 7th, and you reached out to her.
I reached out to her 2 years before October 7th.
Oh, to have this
Yes,
conversation.
this project was not a project based upon October 7th. It was a project based upon anti-Semitism. Noah just continued to speak, can continue to lead, and continue to be a galvanizer in the community.
Emmanuel actually reached out to me over a year and a half before October 7th because he noticed the rise in anti-Semitism, which I really want to commend him for that because a lot of people from outside the Jewish community did not notice that. So we.
Okay. Did you see Whitlock piped up to say he knew something was going on and that's why he stayed away from Joy? No, he didn't say that. He said the grossest. He said perhaps the grossest possible thing he could say about the situation. That's a very funny way to interpret what he said. He said peanut butter skin and a big old rack. He said he had to exercise self-control. God, Jason Whitlock is disgusting. That's crazy. Those are a crazy sequence of words to put together, okay?
A former hairstylist for Fox Sports, Nosheen Faraji, has filed a lawsuit accusing former host Skip Bayless of repeated unwanted advances, including offering her $1.5 million in exchange for sex. Faraji, who worked at Fox Sports for over a decade, is seeking unspecified damages from Bayless, Fox Sports, and its parent company, Fox Corporation. The lawsuit, filed Friday in California Superior Court in Los Angeles, also alleges that Fox executive created a hostile work environment that allowed senior managers and on-air personalities, including Bayless, to exploit employees without consequences. If you found this video informative, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and thanks for watching.